Hello, welcome to Wanderlust. I'm Millie, this is John T.
Hi.
This week we went on a tour with Let's Go Tour, and it was a walking tour of the last kampong village in Singapore.
While my parents didn't grow up in a kampong themselves, they grew up in 1950s, 1960s Singapore, where kampongs were still very much commonplace, and a lot of their friends grew up in kampongs. So my parents spent a lot of time in these villages, hanging out with their friends and enjoying the lifestyle. Actually, as I was growing up, our family had a very kampong style culture to our house, in that our door was always open. People would always just pop by. They didn't need an invitation. They just knew that our house was a house that they could come and visit. And as we started on our little journey as having our own family, we decided that this was something that we wanted to be the case in our home. And it was really nice to be able to go back to a kampong to see where this culture originated.
Hello, we're about to go on a tour of Kampong Lorong Buangkok, which is one of the last remaining kampongs in Singapore.
And so what he has to do is he actually has to push that bin all through the village.
Wow.
Go to each house, tip the bins into this bigger bin, and then bring it all the way up.
It was so nice having a tour guide with us who gave us little pockets of information, like how the land upon which the kampong sits used to be a rubber plantation, and how Singapore's overhead electrical wires are solely found in this location.
One of the amazing features of the kampong is how fresh produce is homegrown, from blue pea flowers for food colouring to sugarcane, mangoes and papaya. Just like the rest of Singapore, Kampong Lorong Buangkok is home to people of many different cultures. Chinese, Malay and Indian families are all represented here in the village.
The birds sound like monkeys.
Villagers are very resourceful with everything they have. For example, once completing its only season of fruiting, the banana tree will be used for its leaves and fibres. Nothing goes to waste.
Birds and bees can just fly in.
Going into the village was like a peek at time gone by, really. Some places in the UK where we've lived, not too dissimilar from that. I mean, the decor and the way they were built is obviously very different. But I guess for our kids, seeing them in a bungalow style felt a bit more familiar to them. So it just kind of showed us how forward-thinking Singapore really is, and that, you know, the buildings aren't made out of wood and zinc roofs anymore, and just to see how fast things have moved as well in such a short space of time, really.
Yeah, I guess it didn't feel like completely different, like you say, to anything that we've experienced. We've been on holidays to France and stayed at French gîtes that were not dissimilar at all to the kampongs, but to see the contrast to modern day Singapore, I think that's where Singaporeans find it absolutely amazing and so different to what they're used to. Even things like overhead electricity lines They're everywhere in the UK.
Yeah.
Our kids didn't even see that as something different. They kind of went there and was like, yeah, they're just overhead electricity lines. And but our tour guide found it amazing that this is kind of one of the only places in Singapore where you'll see them.
Yeah, they're all underground now here, so you just don't see them about.
For me, it wasn't nostalgic at all, in that I didn't grow up in a kampong, I didn't really have any experience of that, but there was definitely a second-hand nostalgia in that when our tour guide Rush Pal decided to get out some of the kids' games for our kids to play, they were games that my dad played when he was a boy, and he reintroduced them to us as kids. And it was really lovely when she brought bits out. I could just remember those moments with my dad and playing with him and playing with my sisters when I was a kid, and to have that opportunity with our kids was really, really cool. And it was so nice to play in the setting of a kampong too. What's been your favourite bit in the village that you've seen?
Ants.
What was special about the ants?
I like how they make the trail.
So what is something unusual about the banana tree?
That you don't usually get big hard seas in the UK. And they only sprout one.
Oh! Take these ones that are not touching anything first. Move it aside. Yes. Oh!
You moved the white one.
Okay. Well done.
No, definitely.
Oh, okay.
We had video evidence of that beforehand.
You would use this movement. You would use this part of your foot to kick this up.
Keep the uppies.
So, well done. Yay. Yeah. Oh. So,
You have to not. These are all
But-
games I used to play as a kid with Grandpa.
oh, this is on the line, so it doesn't count.
Our tour guide had also grown up in a kampong herself, so it was really nice for her to kind of tell us little bits of her childhood memories as well, and she really loved the area that was there, so it was really nice to hear her passion. And she shared how they used to get ice pops for 10 cents after school, and one of the local residents there actually makes them. They kind of freeze different flavours in, it's almost like a bag really, and you nibble the top off, and they had local flavours. They had bandung, chin chow and soursop. So the kids tried them, they weren't really too keen on them. They're not sweet, are they? So I think that might be something they didn't quite like, them, quite an acquired taste.
I love them.
Yeah, but they were nice, and it was nice just to finish off the tour with something cold and just have an opportunity just to chat really.
Amazingly, after the tour, we just popped around the corner, like 4-minute walk, and there we were, big shopping centre, McDonald's. We didn't eat at the McDonald's, but there was a McDonald's there, and it was just so strange to see how close these things are living next to each other. And what we thought was lovely is that the landlady, Madam Sung, she has been offered something like $30 million from the government to be able to sell up, but she refuses. She wants to keep this kampong lifestyle and allow it just to be the way it is. And I think her niece is going to be taking on the kampong when she passes, and it will be up to her. But I hope that this will be something that will last for a long time to come.
The kampong itself is really easy to find. We just took a short bus ride to get there. But please bear in mind that it is people's homes, so if you are looking to go, please do have a look at getting a tour guide to show you around, because she's brilliant as well and shows you all little bits that you might miss, and little bits of history and little bits of knowledge. And yeah, it is people's homes. So
Yeah, we heard some horrible stories about people who are just going in for an Instagram shot and would literally walk into their houses, not even onto the street, not even into their gardens, into their houses just to see what they could take photos of. And that's so intrusive, and we were really surprised to hear that. And I know there's a bit of a novelty to the kampong, but really it is people's homes. It is a lifestyle that they're trying to preserve, and I think they rightly so too.
Thanks again for watching and following along with our adventures in Singapore. You can subscribe at any point, and if you hit the little bell, you can get our notifications with our new vlog on a Friday. We've got Instagram as well, so you can see what we get up to in the week. So thanks for all the recommendations and all of the comments, and catch up soon. Bye!